Hi, everyone. I wanted to jump on quick. It's been a long day. Just so I was teaching intensely the last 3 days. It's practically Thursday here on the East Coast, and I got to be out of this Airbnb in less than 12 hours. But I know I did post that I was going to go live from the lighthouse, but just to give you, the investigation was a success. Saying when I got to the top of the lighthouse, saying, it was a little too much for Tim to get to the top. The doors were closed and they were super intricate, and I didn't think to ask the COO to open it because the wind was howling something wicked outside. It's like 50 degrees here. That's why I got a sweat jacket on, but I know I do wear sweatshirts. And interestingly, a dog came through. He was very talkative in the dining room. We did not get any of the kid ghosts, and I brought them chocolate chip cookies. I brought them brownies, lavender shortbread cookies, lemon blueberry. Eric is going to be getting all of these tomorrow because I do leave Lilydale. I am going to try to serve at the 1 p.m. message service, and I know some of the people that attended my workshops, they're hoping that I will be there with the 1 p.m. message service, and then I'm going to be making my way to Scranton, Pennsylvania, and the plan is to film ghost story videos in Scranton this Friday, saying for all of you, we'll see how you take to them. I'll still say this with YouTube. You're the only one on my social media that I don't know enough of you, what you want. And I'm not complaining about it, but that's why then you just get videos that the other social media, they've expressed to me what they want. So saying I wanted to jump on just even something quick. So at the lighthouse, and if you want one of the replays, let me know. We had communication with the one dog, and David, who's the COO, he did want a dog snack, the dog. So I went into the gift shop, brought him a Ritz cracker. He was happy with that. I had brought some extra toys for the kid ghosts, the rainbow slinky. The dog said he liked the big blue ball I bought, but he didn't ask me to leave it there at the lighthouse house. We also got a groundskeeper, Mr. Burns. What was different about this investigation, because we're so close to Lilydale, actually people that were coming through in spirit knew Tim before today. Tim Brainerd is the longest serving visiting medium in Lilydale. So they've seen him give messages on the grounds. So that was really interesting too. The dog is a protector of the grounds, fond of David. I think David has dogs himself. And I'll say this too, you can come here to upstate New York and not just take advantage of Lilydale during the summer season. There's the Dunkirk Lighthouse, which is about a 20-minute car ride from Lilydale. You can check that out. You can do that one day. There's also the Barcelona Lighthouse. Have not been, but as David was saying, close enough. As well, there's Jamestown, New York, which is about a half hour from here, the National Comedy Center, the Desi Lou Museum. They have the Lucille Ball Comedy Festival in the beginning of August every year. You have Niagara Falls, the U.S. side, about an hour and a half from here. If you have your passport, you can roll on into the Canadian side of Niagara Falls. If you're a casino person, there's the Seneca Casino. I want to say about an hour from here. Too, you have that. You have a casino up in Niagara Falls. I'm not that type of gambling woman saying, but you have that as well too. Obviously, you have Lilydale, and there's a lot in the summer season going on. For example, I taught workshops the next 3 days. I am gonna pitch a paranormal workshop, a bit different slant than what I was seeing in the season's catalog for the summer too, saying. And then we went up with the investigation tonight. We went up to the second floor, which is a Veterans Memorial Museum. And this is where it's different, Tim's dad stopped by. He served in the military. Tim's granddad stopped by. My dad stopped by and I kept saying this Friday when I did the low-cal preview, which, sorry, I'd have to look if you got one on Friday. I was at the Lighthouse Friday, right, scoping out the grounds to see like what rooms. We didn't even get to all the rooms. Maybe I'll investigate again next summer. There's also the White Inn here as well. That's a possibility maybe for next summer, because as I leave today, it is now midnight, I won't be up here for another year. So seeing, and as I'm looking at myself, I'm just saying, I'm seeing how exhausted I am, because to go from teaching an astrology course and then spend the night investigating, it's a lot. And then I'm going to try to do some psychic medium messages at the 1 p.m. service, and then drive to Scranton later today, which is about 4.5 hours from here. Not the worst drive, but not a short drive either, saying. So in the second floor, in one of the lives, someone picked up a Philip, and we did get verification with the dead bell. So she was right about that, which is cool. And that's what too, I do try to make the lives interactive, that you can participate. Saying, I am planning to do a live with all of you from New Orleans. So August 1st, August 2nd, there's a Paracon in New Orleans. I definitely want to go live from the Paracon in New Orleans. There are a couple investigations that I will be on in New Orleans. These are not my investigations. So, meaning I don't know if they're going to let me go live. I try to go live as much as I can with all of you. I probably will do another live like this before I leave for New Orleans, or I'm going to try to do another live such as this format from New Jersey. But I do take requests. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, subscribe to my channel. It helps the channel grow. As I said, I'm still figuring out what exactly you want. One of the lives I did on here, one of you had said, well, I want more Atlantic City videos. Okay, cool. I would like to get to Atlantic City next month and film more videos. Saying there are going to be more investigations next month. It just, by the time we got to the lighthouse, first of all, Tim got tired. I did make it to the top, but I couldn't open the door. And I took it as a sign not to go out on the observation deck of the lighthouse. And Tim wasn't getting a good vibe and really didn't want me to go out there. So then, we wrapped it up. We investigated for about 3.5 hours. But I do want to get more live investigations for you, saying in the months to come. So now it's Thursday. So I'll be honest with you, the next time I'm live might be from New Orleans with all of you, to say I am going to give you a Paracon definitely by next Sunday. So you get to see that. Pretty cool. Have you ever been to New Orleans before? I've been there a couple times. I worked at one of the Mardi Gras very long time ago. Too. That was the first time I ever went to New Orleans. I've been there for a wedding. Summers are super hot. There's a lot of different elements of the paranormal in New Orleans. There's, let's see, okay, try this. Here, we'll see how this goes. Experiment with this. Let me see. So it popped up on the screen asking all of you, are ghost hunting shows real? What do you think? I think that's a really loaded question, because the whole thing with cable or streaming, right? You know, you have this in the paranormal community where you have those investigators that really despise most of the mainstream shows because they usually have to, for ratings, fall prey to sensationalism in the episodes and exaggeration and embellishment for entertainment's sake. I kind of do get it on an entertainment level as somebody that has performed live shows. You know, I have to have by default for entertainment purposes only in the fine print, you know, because there's a level of entertainment and you're just dealing with so many different types of people, whether it's, you know, watching a streaming cable show or attending a live show, saying with that, too. So, yeah, I will post some ghost story videos. I got to think about that, but I wanted to round out the night at least hopping on here. You know, we got tired with the end of the night, especially Tim too. You know, he wasn't able to make it to the top of the lighthouse steps. And then he was like getting in not good things happening to someone on the observation deck. And he was really against me going out on the observation deck, which is fine. Maybe I'll investigate again next year. And maybe I'll start with the lighthouse first. I mean, we didn't get into the basement, the living room. We didn't get to saying with that. So I'll say this again. I will give you a live from one of the days at the New Orleans Paracon. But again, some people do not like to be on the lives. When I was going live with all of you, the grounds of Lilydale, you know, somebody had asked, well, where are the people? Well, the people are there. I'm just not getting them on video. Because not to say, and I can't totally fault them, but people get weird about that. You know, some people are like, yeah, oh my God, it's alive. Like, yeah, you know, like, yeah, include me in the live. And you get other people, like I won't name one. They have a well-known magazine in my home state, and he's paranoid about facial recognition during a live. Okay, dude, I guess so. You know, yeah, you don't know me, but I don't know. I find it really not with the times type of mindset, you know. You either change with the times or you get left behind. I try to change with the times, you know. I don't embrace everything, like saying, you know, I do use AI for some of when I put together like, you know, ghosts in the location investigation locale preview video or upcoming investigation live. That way, you know, AI is pretty cool. But, you know, if somebody's going to get your facial recognition, they're going to get it in this day and age. I mean, the things that you can, like, hack in today's day and age, it's really mind-blowing. I went through this with someone. It's been dormant the last months, thank God. But, you know, they're going to get it. You're going to... Okay, that was weird. You know, I'll have to see if this breaks into 2 parts, but I'm going to take that as a sign to sign off because I'm sorry, YouTube, I didn't get to show you any live from the lighthouse, but, you know, like I said, a Paracon from New Orleans is next. I may or may not go live with all of you before I leave for New Orleans because a week from now, I will be getting ready to leave for New Orleans. So it's going to be hectic, and it's going to be a very quick trip. And it's going to be type of trip where I'm not even going to have time to get enough sleep. It's so much packed into the schedule. I'm not complaining, just saying. So that might be the next time I go live with all of you. May not be until like August 1st or 2nd, saying. So but as I said, I wanted to hop on with all of you, just even quickly give you an update. Up in the Veterans Memorial, the second floor, like I was saying, our loved ones were coming through. Tim's, dad, granddad, my dad, all served military, my Uncle Jim. And that's where, as mediums, it can be different, because we're not just looking to get proof of paranormal, like, getting recordings of a knock on the wall, and I'm not knocking it, or video footage of an apparition in the video, or when you play back the EVP, saying, just to say honestly, we go beyond that too, where, my dad came in and, I was joking about something he always told us in regards to alcohol and his military days, too, saying, so we had that on the second floor, mostly our loved ones came through. Then after that, I was like, okay, let's like officially go into the lighthouse. I was able to make it to the top. It was too much for Tim. It was 55 steps for a lighthouse. That's not a lot of steps. I've done 220 steps lighthouse, right? That's saying. And I got to the top, but I couldn't get the doors open. Then the CO said, oh, you should have came and got me. Yeah, but then I'm going to go to the top. I'm going to go down. I'm going to go back up. No. Not after an intense week of teaching. I can't tell you the last time, probably like a year ago, I taught this intensely. Like even Tim was saying, like, I can't believe the schedule that you did this 3 days in a row, but I don't have any of the workshops lined up. I would like to get them to you online, that you could sign up in real time with me and take the how to see auras, astral projection, psychic astrology. I'm going to have a 1 and 2, one for beginners, the other for advanced. I had a stressful student today. It was not the way I wanted to end the day teaching. Saying, moon, sun just moved in Leo. Mercury's going direct today. Scorpio moon. Saying I don't have a Scorpio moon, but I am super tired. So I am going to wrap up tonight, YouTube, but I did want to hop on, do my due diligence by at least something of a live, saying, we also got tired, saying we got there like at 7, wrapped it up around kind of 10:45, saying, but maybe next year I'll do it again, maybe outside of the lighthouse, the basement, maybe the kid ghosts will want to talk. I bought all those sweets. Eric's going to be in his glory. I don't want them anywhere near me. I did try a lavender shortbread, so, very good. But it's enough of the sweets. And I'm going to wrap it up for now, but let me know what you're interested in with the channel. Like I said, somebody said Atlantic City videos. Okay. And I'm saying that cool. And I would like to next month film more Atlantic City videos, saying now through the end of next month, too. But that's as far as any feedback, I don't know. Do you want, besides the rest of my social media, the majority want paranormal. They want ghost story videos. They want about investigations. They want paranormal. That's what I was saying when I was teaching the last 3 days. I had to caution the workshop attendees because, I taught about auras. I taught about astral projection. I taught astrology today. I said, you know, there is some astrology on my social media, but I said if you're looking for what I taught this past week, you're going to be disappointed with my social media because that is not what the majority wants, and majority wins. It's just how it is. And I love the paranormal, you know. I am happy that you have anointed me your paranormal storyteller. I do enjoy making the videos, putting them together, filming on location. It has added a richness to my life. It's, you know, can't get everything done in one day or how the days go by. So that's great. And I love that. But I don't know what you want, YouTube. You are the only one on my social media that I am at a loss. That's what I'm saying. One person telling me Atlantic City is not the same as having thousands of people on a social media telling me that they want paranormal. So hopefully we're going to have that breakthrough this year. Mercury's going to go direct today. The sun is now in Leo. The moon moves into Sag, I believe, around 9:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. We've got a full moon next week. So changes in the air. Eclipse is August. I'm going to sign off. I want to make my nighttime tea. I've got a very busy next couple of days. So I hope you have a great rest of your night wherever you are tonight, and that you're good to yourself and gentle with yourself. And I will catch up with all of you soon. So good night for now, YouTube. Probably next time that I'm live with you will be in New Orleans, if I'm going to be realistic. So probably next will be New Orleans. Another N state starts another new, just different second word. So good night for now. Bye, YouTube.